have a storm in the Southern Ocean. Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan, and thanks for joining us for our Monday weather update, recorded on March the 4th. And we've got the storm down here. The big windy nor'westers are ahead of it, and that is blowing across Cook Strait, Wellington, and as we go through Monday afternoon, those windy nor'westers move up and across the North Island. Thunderstorms behind it, they're in kind of these blobs, because if you take a look at the rain radar, you'll see how broken up the rain actually is. So you've got these kind of clusters of heavy downpours, some with thunder, some without, and then that's all ahead of the big windy southerly that is coming in for the south tomorrow, Tuesday. And here is the air pressure map for this evening, and it shows you the centre of that storm right over the top of Campbell Island to the south. We've got a subtropical flow over the Chatham Islands, but over the North and South Islands, mostly a westerly coming through this evening. But if you're in the south, you'll start to notice that southerly wind coming out of the Southern Ocean, dropping your temperatures and making it feel more wintry as we go into tonight. This is the air pressure map showing those downpours. You can see the thundery kind of weather up here, further of them along the west coast of the South Island. And the blue line, that indicates the cold change taking a bite out of the atmosphere. So you're going to notice those temperatures dropping all around the west coast, Southland, Otago, and then moving in towards Canterbury overnight tonight. Still fairly mild though for the North Island. So let's have a look at the rainfall. This is from 7 o'clock tonight through to 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And you can see as those showers move across, they build up along the eastern Bay of Plenty. You'll see them on the west coast and basically along the western sides of the hills and ranges. They're hit and miss. So if you don't get them, you'll be in that blue or yellow shading, which is the 1 to 10 millimetre mark for the next couple of days. So not a huge amount of rain really across the country, but those downpours, they'll be quite heavy. So this is where we are at the moment, or this evening really, right across Monday. You've got this low pressure zone to the south and wet weather moving up to the North Island. This is 7 o'clock this evening. So let's fast forward the next 48 hours, in comes the next big high. And that gets here by Wednesday evening. So that means the winds are going to become quite light going into Wednesday. And this will bring in a bit of cloud, as you can see on the map. So it might be a little bit gloomy and a little bit cloudier for some of you along the western side of New Zealand. So let's get into 1 o'clock Tuesday. The centre of the storm now tracking along. It's got a new kind of centre forming here, another one further to the south. This one though, right off the coast of Dunedin, means you've got a surge of big strong winds coming in early Tuesday morning and then starting to ease into Tuesday afternoon. So places like Otago Peninsula, well into that zone, going up over 100 k's an hour on our gust map. This shows the gusts around New Zealand. So further to the north, not so bad, but you're still getting gusts up here 50 to 60 k's an hour, which is very close to gale force. Now let's have a look at the temperatures departure from normal going into Tuesday night. Look at all the blue around the country, 5 to 10 degrees lower than it should be for this time of the year. And of course, we've had all the warm weather lately, so it comes as a bit of a shock to the system. If we fast forward the next 48 hours, you'll kind of see that blue fades away and it gets replaced by a yellow line around the outer edges of the eastern side of New Zealand and the northern sides. Why is that? Back come the northerlies and northwesterlies, thanks to that high pressure zone. But before it arrives, with that high over the top of us, we've got a chance of frosts on Wednesday morning, mostly through the mountains and the high country, but you're certainly getting to that 0 degree mark. Don't forget our new app. The Alerting app does frost forecasting. You can set the criteria. So if you find that the overnight low on TV or on our app is usually around 2 degrees and you get a frost, maybe make it 3 degrees for your alerts. You can move it around and customize it to help you. And we are coming into that frost season very soon, basically now. Here we are for Wednesday, lunchtime. The storm is gone, completely gone. The high pressure around it's kind of smothered it, and now it's just a windy blast. Southerlies for the Chatham Islands, southerlies also for the eastern side of the North Island with a couple of showers. Otherwise, high and dry, and thunderstorms all across Australia, but north of another big high that is also heading our way. So by Thursday, high number 1 over the North Island, and you can see that nor'wester that we told you about lifting up the temperatures. That's it here. Because it's further to the north, that allows the eastern side of the South Island and northern areas to really warm up. But if you're in the south of the south, there's another cold front right here coming in on Thursday afternoon. By Friday, that next high south of Australia moves along over Tasmania, over Victoria, where they really want some rain, and it moves into the New Zealand area. That cold front comes up, but it's gone. Basically, this is it here, the leftovers of it southeast of the Chatham Islands. A couple of showers for the lower North Island with a southerly wind, otherwise dry. And our final map for Saturday still shows those southerly winds, mostly dry weather, High pressure out to the west, still very much like an El Nino weather forecast. And over in Australia, the big hot northerlies, they won't be wanting that in Victoria, but there is a cold front here. Hopefully it can just come in and bring in a little bit of wet weather, but it's borderline because of that big blocking high. That is all from me. A lot to talk about today. Back again tomorrow, Tuesday, as we talk about the storm departing, how the weekend is shaping up in New Zealand, and also what's going on in the tropics. We'll see you tomorrow.